So this is a blown up version of Alderney Landing Theatre. You can see we have our seating here, our stage here, and then mid-rail catwalks here, and then our upper catwalks. So we'll start with the seating. The seats at Alderney Landing Theatre are quite unique in that they're motorized and they can retract into the back row at the back of the house. Then we cover them up with a curtain and it opens the space up for banquets or wedding receptions or musical theater or gaming events. And the space is used a lot for filming television, whether in front of a live studio audience or green screening or just filming in general. And you can see along the wall that diagonal line is where the seating normally is. And it's depicted here in this drawing called the elevation. Next are the mid-rail catwalks. These aren't used a lot, but they do extend from out into the house for a kind of Juliet moment, if you will. But largely what we use them for is to hang lights. And as you can see, they run all the way to the back of the stage. And just below us is the wing space that's created by these three panels on either side. And these three panels can slide back and forth along the curtain track to create openings in the wing space, which is just below. And so this area here, underneath the mid-rail catwalk, are the wings. And as you can see, it's about 5 feet, 4.5 feet wide, and it's enough room to move people back and forth, or move on some small set pieces, or have a table back there for props. And here's another view across the stage where you can see the three panels on their curtain track. And you can also see the three legs that we use to hide the breaks between the curtain panels so that the audience can't see back into the wings. And those are about 7 feet long, and they can extend onto the stage 7 feet, but we usually fold them back to about 3 feet, which is enough to keep people from seeing back into the wings. And in some cases, we remove them completely. Depending on the setup, we just pull them up into the catwalk. And right here you can see this isn't a leg, this is actually the mid-stage traveler that does close all the way if you want to make the stage less deep and just have a much more shallow stage. Really, it's about 2/3 the way back. And that's 19 feet from the downstage edge. So it gives you a 19-foot deep stage instead of a 30-foot deep stage. And while we're here, I'll also show you the upstage traveler. And what it does is cover the cyc, or the big screen in the back. And we do have a 7,000 lumen laser projector that's available for rent for PowerPoint presentations or movies. Okay, so from here we'll move to the upper catwalks and the heavy rigging beams. So here we are at ground level. The seats happen to be away right now, and you can see the grid up above. And those are all catwalks, except for these ones right above us. We weren't able to finish those in catwalks. Those are just lighting banks. But up above, from here onward, these are catwalks above those lighting bits. And from up above, we can see the grid. And in front of us, you can see beams that are coming straight out towards us. Here, 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 and here. They're also on this drawing, where you can see the catwalks here, and the open space between the catwalks here, 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 and here. Anywhere where there's white. You can also see them in this drawing right here. And so in this space between each of the catwalks, labeled in white on the drawing, there's plenty of open space, and you have access to these beams, which are at a level that can be reached from the catwalk. And you can hang whatever apparatus you like between the catwalks. And I should also mention that we're not limited to the beams when hanging lighter items. People will often hang drapes or signs or pictures with either rope or twine or even thin fishing line. And those can be hung anywhere on the lighting pipes, which line all of the catwalks. So there's plenty of space to hang. It's not a problem in the theater. And the only real exception to this, where there's an obstruction, is about halfway back the stage, there is this curtain that's hung. You can see you can still hang down there, but there is that curtain truss for the mid-stage traveler. And it is labeled here on this drawing. and here on this one. And these are the beams. And they are more than capable of hanging lighting trusses or speaker stacks or apparatus for circus performers.